Well, after 6 months, we finally have some news. Let's talk about it. Hey birdies, it's Loxyy from, Loxyy, and welcome to my brand new series, DADiscuss, where we're going to be, discussing everything about DAGames and DAOnline. It's been a long few months, 6 months to be exact, where we've just had nothing, no news at all. But today, right after Will's concert in Glasgow, we finally have some news. So let's get right into it. So to start off, Will's concert was today at Glasgow, and while we don't have footage just yet, from what we've heard, it went amazing. But I want to give a shout out to a dude called Kieran, who's basically giving us every bit of information about this concert. Massive shout out to him. So to start off, thankfully, Will is looking incredible. He's looking so healthy, so happy, and I'm just glad that after all of this drama that he's actually doing well. And from the one clip I've seen, which we're going to talk about later, he looks like he's having a blast. And honestly, I couldn't be more happy for him. As well as that, we've gotten a brand new refresh to the DAGames logo, which will be displayed here, as well as 4 new prints for DAGames, Flash Drive, Iris, and Solitude. And genuinely, they all look so cool. I'm actually so jealous. I really want them. So let's start off with the DAGames print. So firstly, the brand new logo. So it is a 2D version of the 3D logo that we got at the beginning of this year. With a really cool, 2 square kind of background to it. And honestly, this looks sick. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of the 3D logo. It was growing on me, but I didn't quite enjoy it. But this 2D logo just looks incredible. And while I do miss the kind of diamond shape, this does look really, really cool. And as you can see, it's got the press start to begin tagline and that really awesome looking pic of Will. Honestly, just so cool. Just so cool to see, and I just really enjoyed these designs. Moving up next to the newest one, which we weren't really expecting, Flash Drive SSD. So as you can see, we have a brand new background, which I will show in just a second, with the brand new tagline, Enter the Rainbow. There's been a lot of news about Flash Drive, which we will get into in just a moment, but this looks sick. I love this background. I love just the design of this. I can see the DAGames text logo at the top left. This just looks incredible. Now up next we have the Iris print. This one looks sick. So this is in preparation for Birth from Exile, which is coming out very, very soon, hopefully. You can see 2 images of Goliath, and both of these just look incredible. Honestly, it's so cool. I love the kind of dark aesthetic to it, the black and the red. As you can see, the tagline, Death from the Fertile brought birth from the Exile. This is a brand new single for the upcoming Gladstone Definitive Edition. Will teased this song at his previous convention, I'm pretty sure, and I'm so excited to hear this. It's gonna be great. Last but certainly not least, Solitude. So this one is a bit hard to make out. As here we have Xavier here on the left, the Rotom Corp logo in the background, with the tagline, The Bloodline Draws Near, which is going to be super exciting to see what cooks from this. Honestly, all 3 of these just look incredible, and Will and the graphic designers absolutely cooked on these. Genuinely, these are incredible. I'm so jealous. I really wish I could get my hands on these. They're just so cool. Now let's move on to the concert itself. Glasgow had a honestly goated set list. Just down from the top, we have Join the Bloodline, I'll Make Them Whole, Madman that featured Chloe, Get Out, Return to the Motherland, which included the shitpost. What's really interesting, Moving Up in the World, with a new shitpost, which is really interesting. I've not heard it yet. That's gonna be super interesting to hear. Bronze SSD with a brand new mix. This is the same clip that we heard in his London performance, I'm pretty sure it was, which I will play now. which honestly, it just sounds incredible. It gets me so excited for Flash Drive, which I believe we're going to get so soon, which we'll talk about in a bit. Then we have Build Our Machine, which include the ending with Build Our McQueen, Goliath's Throne, which is most likely Goliath's Throne Rethroned, Gold SSD, and a really interesting one, Break My Mind, which also featured Chloe. So what an incredible set list. Bronze SSD with a new mix is so exciting to hear, and I do believe, since like Will hasn't shown us anything new, so to speak, that we are getting very close to a flash drive SSD release date. Hopefully, who knows? As well as that, moving up in the world, which recently it's become my favorite song, my favorite DA game song. I'm interested to hear what the shitpost is, because it's normally like a meme song that goes at the end of it that like matches with a rhythm of the song. So it's gonna be really interesting. Whenever the video gets uploaded, it'll be really, really cool to see. Now, before we get into the website itself, a few days ago, a brand new DAOnline store came live, and just earlier today it got a massive upgrade. So as you can see here, we have the DAOnline store. Everything is still under construction, of course, but if we scroll down, we can see that yes, Eternal Swing now has a CD, and I am just so excited for it. As you can see, if we click onto it, it's about 14 euros, and we finally have Eternal Swing Encore as a CD. As you know, it's been a vinyl for ages, but we now finally have it as a CD. It is limited to 200 copies. I don't know how many people have bought it. By the time this video comes out, it might be sold out, but if it's not, I will try to leave links to everything in the description. If it's still available and you want to get it, pick it up in the link in the description. I myself, of course, ordered one, so I'm so excited to get it, and I'll definitely post about it on Twitter when I do, so follow me on Twitter at Loxyy was taken. Just a reminder of the track list on this album. We have the intro, we have Build Our Machine, Gospel of Dismay, Instruments of Sinai, Meet Thy Maker, Mr. Crooked, I Am Me, now including Are You Proud of Me Now, Build Our Machine rock version, and Freaky Machine from Indie Cross. Back in print and better than ever, DAGames' prolific album Eternal Swing Encore returns, now on a CD. This new edition features all the fan favorite Inky Demon jingles in vinyl record inspired packaging that's a must-have for collectors. Don't miss out on your chance to own this iconic album in a brand new form. This is so cool. I'm so excited for more. I'm hoping that not every CD is limited edition. That's my only worry. I really hope that this is like a one-time limited edition thing. But still, I'm so excited for this to be released, and I cannot wait for the future of DAGames CDs. And what's really interesting is what this store is going to be for. Is it only going to be for CDs, or are we going to see the merch come on here, like the t-shirts, the hoodies, everything like that? It's going to be really interesting to see. Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. The DAOnline website has finally come back online after a few days, I believe, of just being completely down. Now, just a reminder that no, the website is still under production and starting from scratch, as and when new things are needed. Many pages will not be available just yet and will gradually rebuild as new content gets announced. To stay informed on what new additions have been made to the website, check out the website update page, which we will get to kind of at the end of all of this. Now, as you can see, we've got a brand new starter page, DAOnline Join the Armada. Interesting, and sadly enough, rest in peace Bantamations. It's no longer on the page. You can see we just have DAGames, Iris, and Pandorum, which is interesting because it's replacing Will Ryan Originals, but I'm guessing Pandorum is Will Ryan Originals. I'm loving this new polka dot background style. This is just so cool. Honestly, I love it so much. But let's move down to DAGames. So yeah, DAGames, press start to begin. We have that brand new logo, and the first thing on the page is of course the flash drive SSD page, which we're going to talk about now. So as you can see, enter the rainbow. The rainbow emerges. A lot has changed on this website, as well as a familiar territory soon to release its own rainbow. Let's click on learn more and see what we got. Well, this is all we got. Just the background, flash drive SSD, enter the rainbow, check back later. We don't really have anything. That's funny. While editing this video, Yellow SSD has been announced. The final single for flash drive SSD coming out July 19th. The website has just been updated and you'll be able to pre-save it. I'll leave a link in the description down below. I have heard from Kieran himself, who was at the concert, that flash drive SSD is getting all new lore, which is really interesting and, from what I've heard, very controversial. So yes, Flash Drive SSD is getting lore. It's getting characters, most likely one character for each like song or color, which is really, I don't know. I'm excited for it. Will cooks with his lore, he really does. But I don't know. Like, I've seen people say, does Flash Drive need lore? I want to know what you all think about it. Tell me in the comments down below. Do you think Flash Drive needs lore? Does it need characters associated with each of the colors? Do you think this is a good thing? I mean, personally, I'm excited for it, and a lot of people are skeptical on what could happen, which I mean is completely fair, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I do think we aren't going to be waiting too long. Now, Will is going to be going to NPC, which is in a week and a half's time. I believe it's on the 18th. I might be wrong. Will is going, and we will most likely get a lot more for Flash Drive, because, I mean, today was really the settling in phase. They've been gone for like half a year, which is crazy to say. We've heard nothing for months, and today we are finally getting stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're getting a response, but we're getting everything slowly coming out with Flash Drive SSD, Open Infinitum, Iris, and so much more. I do think NPC is going to be when we get the heavy hitters, release dates, new singles, everything like that. I just think for now, these next coming days and weeks is just going to be settling in and getting everything back into motion after just the crazy absence which has been half of this year. It's gonna be really interesting to see what happens, and I am genuinely so excited for it. Like, look, it's been a long wait. It's been worth the wait because we're getting stuff. I do have a theory that Flash Drive SSD is going to release on the 25th of this month, just because mainly Will likes to release his songs on like weekends or Friday. Like, Friday is normally the day where he releases his material, and the 25th is just, I just think that's a really just good day for him. Say for example, he has a concert on the 18th, and at the end of that concert he announces the release date for Flash Drive SSD, July 25th. That gives a whole week, 1 week to build up the hype, to get everything ready and have that summer release date locked in. Again, it's a theory, so please don't vote me on that, but I just think it could make sense, and I'm hoping it does make sense. If it does, July 25th is going to be a huge day for me because I have Fantastic Four first steps and then Flash Drive SSD. That's going to be a good day, so I guess we'll just have to see what happens. And as you know, I will be doing a reaction to Flash Drive SSD. Depending on when it releases, it'll either be on the 25th or the 26th, because Will likes to release his albums at midnight, and I don't think my family would be too happy if I was screaming at songs about colors at 12 at night. So I will be streaming the album whenever it does come out, and that will be turned into a video. And if it does come out on the 25th or just this month, you will get to see me bite into a lemon. So I actually never noticed, but the original Open Infinitum page is still up. Nothing on the progress report just yet. We still have the projected release as autumn. I'm hoping that this patch just hasn't been updated yet, but nothing really has changed for the actual page itself, which is quite interesting. We've had no news about it just yet. This seems to be added literally minutes ago, because when the website first came out, I clicked on the Open Infinitum page and it just said come back soon. So yeah, we're most likely throughout the day we are going to be seeing this page get updated, and if it does, I will add it on to this video, and I'm hoping that we still get all of the features. Now, it might not be updated yet. Just because it hasn't been updated right away doesn't mean it's not happening, but so far none of the other features have been inserted. So again, it could just be Will hasn't updated this part of the website, like this image, just yet, or it could simply just mean they've not been inserted. Although one thing to keep in mind, just because the feature has been inserted doesn't mean they've dropped out of the album. A lot of people have been worried that due to the controversy, a lot of the creators were gonna drop out. That could still happen, but Namor on Twitter said that it's still going smoothly, and just because they've not been inserted, they could have recorded their lines, sent them to Will, and maybe he just hasn't got around to inserting them yet because he's probably been so focused on the website and just come back. So let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Like, I don't think the album is being trashed. Since we're most likely coming up to the release stage of Flash Drive SSD, he's only going to be wanting to focus on that album, and then come August, that's most likely when he's going to be focusing on Open Infinitum, and that's when we'll get all the merch, everything like that. So again, nothing confirmed, just keep that in mind, and we'll just see how it goes. Now let's move on to Iris. This looks incredible. I love this red star. I'm definitely going to use this background. Hither and yonder. So we have 3 things to go over. Let's start off with the albums, because I think that's what we know the most about. So I'll put the image up on screen, but basically last year Will announced the definitive editions for all 3 of his Iris albums: Heart of an Artist, Goliath's Throne, and Dawn of the Dominatrix. 3 Iris albums, 1 enormous story. All 3 albums will be undergoing a definitive upgrade, solidifying these iconic albums into their final form. Heart of an Artist now includes a 3rd CD featuring the previously told story of Vegala, which, if you didn't know, that is a series Will posted on the Will Ryan Originals channel, and it's most likely just going to be an audio version of that. Goliath's Throne get introduced with new content, including previously released Goliath's Throne Rethroned and Havoc Be Thy Game Rethroned, and the soon-to-be released Birth from Exile, as well as a couple of new treats untold. Finally, Dawn of the Dominatrix upgrades to a 3rd CD featuring the retelling of the Valentine Renegade, including new lore to sink your ears into. Once again, this is the series Will uploaded on the DAGames channel for the lead up of Dawn of the Dominatrix. Again, most likely just an audio form. Interesting enough, new lore to sink into, which is really exciting to see. As you can see, a coming soon button, it just refreshes the page. Now, I'm not sure if you're able to get this on the actual website itself, but if you go to DAOnline.co.uk/Iris albums, you will get taken the Iris album page, where we can see Heart of an Artist Resurrection, Goliath's Throne Definitive Edition, and Dawn of the Dominatrix Definitive Edition. So we see the same text that we saw earlier, but now let's have a look at Heart of an Artist Resurrection. So you can see we got a beautiful background page for Heart of an Artist Resurrection, and again, nothing really has changed. We have Descending, SOS, Draw the Line, As Lights Go Out, Kings and Queens, Why Do We Hold, Lost Now Found, Too Dangerous, Castle That Burns, Castle That Never Dies, You're Just Making Us Stronger, Heart of an Artist, and Ascending. We will get the Resurrection and the relived versions on the CD. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Goliath's Throne Definitive. So we have the basics: Havoc Be Thy Game, Hibernation, I Am the Animal, Corporate Pain, Trojan, Surveillance, Bloody Ether, You're Better Off, Override and Conquer, Omen Child, Testify to Modern Eye, Goliath's Throne, and Going Away. Interestingly enough, one song is missing. If you can figure out what it is, tell me in the comments down below. That is right. Cold Man is, interestingly enough, removed from the track list. I don't know if that's a mistake. On the original Goliath's Throne CD, which I have, it is included. And even if we scroll down, you can see on the Spotify, it's right there. So that's really interesting. I hope it's a mistake, but hey, who knows? Maybe Will just thought it was too whatever the word is for the album, but I don't know. That's really interesting. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, because I'll be really interested to hear. But as well as that, we have CD2, which is so interesting. So of course we have Havoc Be Thy Game Rethroned, a question mark song, Goliath's Throne Rethroned, a question mark song, and then the upcoming Birth from Exile. There are 2 unknown songs which are going to be included. I don't know what they could be. This is a really big mystery that I don't think anyone knows about. What these 2 songs would be. Are they going to be original songs, or are they going to be rethroned? That's the thing. That's going to be interesting to see. Like, is Will just going to rethrone 2 other songs? Are we getting 2 brand new songs? Or is it going to be 1 new song and 1 rethroned? I guess we'll have to wait and see. And now for Dawn of the Dominatrix. So nothing really changes here in terms of like song wise. Obviously we're getting the Valentine Renegade series on here, but of course we have Dawn, Rock Bottom, Dominatrix, I'll Find My Way, Plague, Biobond, Vengeance, Into the Beyond, Martha Hive, I'm Sorry, and Peace Be Thy Game. As well as the deluxe, we have the deluxe side of things. The 2nd CD will include all of those instrumentals, as well as We Will Reform and Biotide. So yeah, honestly, I'm so excited for this, for all 3 of these really. Goliath's Throne is the most interesting one, and I'm just so excited to see what Will cooks on these. These albums are just going to be sick, and I cannot wait to see what Will's cooking. Now, let's talk about the lore codex. Explore the lore of the Iris universe right here in the lore codex. As we've got a really cool image, and let's just click into it, and here it is. So I'm not going to read all of this because like there's a lot, but we have everything from the Birth of Infinity, the stories of Vegala, which this is going to be included in the Heart of an Artist Definitive Edition. We have Hifafo, I know I'm probably saying these wrong, Yonderfo, I'm going to butcher these names, Templar Emperors, I do apologize, with the Crimson Colony, Solemn Void Be Cast master side. The one true orb is the only side. Well, why'd you do this? We but flesh, scorn of nothing. We prey upon that which cowers in darkness. We have the Trojan Magnus. And last but not least, we have the Velvetter. Then we have the Damned. We have the Jaws of Oblivion. And that's it. So yeah, if you want to read it, I'll leave a link in the description. Honestly, all just so cool. Like, this is what I mean. Will absolutely cook. To serve the endless flame is to make peace with the ashes. Templar emperors, a cog's only desire is to spin. Let it spin as it does the soil. 6 brave worlds, 1 visitor from beyond, 1 looming demise. That is such a cool tagline. Honestly, yeah, like if you want to read all this, definitely do, because like, the Iris lore is just incredible. Like, Will absolutely cooks. And last but certainly not least, we have the Iris runes, which has been something leading up to the Iris Direct. If you remember back in October, a bunch of these were coming out. And now we've just them all in one place. Iris runes. Rune languages were birthed between many different parts of infinity, 3 of which have been discovered thus far. Onyx runes were born from Crimsonine literature, so it's safe to assume Crimson runes would not be too far off. However, since the start of Vigala Zero's concept, liberties were to be created to create from its birth subsystem. Chat, it is so warm. I am so tired. My head is killing me. I am so sorry that I'm butchering it all. So if you want to read the rest of this, here it is. And just scrolling down, we have the Onyx runes, we have the Havoc runes, we have the Vegalian runes. That's it. So really interesting. I love how it gives you the ways to solve it as well. I remember when these would get revealed, and it was just so cool to see. And I love how it's now all in one place. It's just incredible. So that's everything for Iris. But now let's move on to Will Ryan Originals, aka Solitude. So this is something I'm really excited to see. Right foot and center, we have the new single, Join the Brotherhood. Well, new single. If you click learn more, it will just bring you to the YouTube video. So it has all the lore on Solitude. If you want to have a read of it, you can go to the link in the description, or you can just pause and read it here. We have everything from Valanos, Nostradome, NCPD, and then we have the factions themselves. We have the Advocates, and we have Champion McLaren Rotom. We have the Playmates and Champion Galitzi Rotom. Lost Subjects and their champions Heather Rotom. Last but certainly not least, the Spies, including Champion Boldir Rotom. Then we have Rotom Corp. We have the Shepherd himself, Xavier Rotom. The Prophet, Madden Rotom. And then we have a bunch of lore with the comic issue. The plot thickens officially. Solitude has been nothing shy of an expansive universe full of corruption, pain, challenges, and tension. Well, we're excited to finally announce that we're creating a comic series, which I am so excited for when it comes out. I do have the non-canon comic, so I'm excited to get that. And that's really it for Solitude. Basically everything we already know. Of course, like, once more stuff gets announced, more will get added on, but still, like, I love the lore of Solitude. I am so excited to see more of it. I'm excited for the game. I've not seen anything mentioned in the game just yet, but still very, very exciting. And then the last thing we're going to go over for the website is the DAOnline update. So there is a lot here. I'm not going to read it all, but with the patch notes, we have version 1.01. Here you can find all sorts of updates regarding the DAOnline universe, whether that be the website, music launches, or game development patches. It all can be found here. So we have version 1, which you can read right here. It's a lot. You can read it, pause and read it if you would like to. Then we have, so the DAOnline website, there's nothing to report on. DAGames finished recently. The Flashmob SSD page is now live. We'll update with more details as and when they become available. The DAGames overall page is now live. We'll update with more details as and when they're available, and then still needs to be worked on Open Infinitum, which is really interesting, meaning we're going to be getting a lot more, because as you've seen, the original page is already online and it's not the same as a flash drive, so that's going to be really interesting to see. And then for Iris, recently finished. The Iris Lore Codex will update as and when new details come about. Iris Runes page has now been made to have all the runes in one place. Then the album discography page created, subject to change as new details are abound, which is really interesting. And in Pandorum, there's nothing to report. So this is a really cool place to go for everything. And again, if you want to read it, just pause and have a read. It's just all really interesting stuff, and I'm so excited for the future. What we have so far is just huge. And yeah, so I hope you all did enjoy. This is the first episode. Things will change. I will get more used to it. I don't really know what to expect going forward with this series. It's just going to be a lot of learning. Like, this episode could be completely different to the next episode, like the way it's edited, the way it's styled, the way it's everything. If you have any recommendations, please tell me in the comments down below. That'd be much appreciative. I also want to give a massive shout out to Mr. C, who made this incredible intro that you just seen at the start of this video. Go subscribe to him, link in the description down below. So I really hope you enjoy this series. And this was it. If I went over things a bit too quickly, if some things I said didn't make sense, or I just did a bad job at explaining, I'm so sorry. This is the first time I've done something like this, so I'm still trying to get used to it. If there's any tips or suggestions, again, tell me in the comments down below. But thank you all so much for the support in the DA community. I've seen a lot of people excited for this, and thank you all so much. It means the world to me. I'm so happy I'm able to do something like this that people can enjoy, that people are excited for, and that I can put towards the DA community. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe to Evasion and hit the bell. Make sure to subscribe Loxyy, subscribe Loxyy on here. Remember to follow me at Twitter, Loxyy was taken. Follow us on Twitter, Loxyy official. Remember to join the Discord server linked in the description down below. If you do want to support me, use code L0XYY in the Fortnite item shop, and use code Loxyy at checkout when buying anything on the Pogs website for a 10% off discount. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Loxyy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.